today's video, I have a little bit of a continuation to my Myers-Briggs personality assessment video that I put up that I couldn't finish because I was having some issues. So for today, we are going to be continuing on with personality assessments. Today I'm drinking my coffee out of my moose mug. Don't moose with me before my coffee. Okay, so if you didn't watch the last video on the personality assessment, I would highly recommend that you do. It's only about 15 minutes and it gives a little bit of an introduction into the 16 types of personalities based on the Myers-Briggs type indicator. So just to give a little bit of a refresher, I did create a chart. So I think this through. This is gonna fall. Okay, so I have a little bit of a chart here. I don't know, it's not focusing. There we go. Okay, so as we discussed last time, there are 4 letters, okay? So your homework was to either take the personality assessment on 16 personalities, maybe it's 16personalities.com, or try to decide which of these letters that you think you are, so you can figure out your 4-letter MBTI, okay? And so then at the very end of this video, at the very end, I will tell you guys what mine is. So the first letter is E versus I, introvert versus extrovert. Second letter was intuition versus sensing, M versus S. The third letter was thinking versus feeling, T versus F. And then the fourth and final letter was J versus P, judging versus perceiving. Okay, so take a minute, take just a moment and consider which of these apply to you based on the previous video where I explained what all of these letters mean. So you can be very close on some of these letters, like where you might be both of them, but you will always have only one letter for each of these in your MBTI. Okay, and your MBTI does not change. Okay, so let's get into the different personality types, okay? So there are 16 of them. And I'm going to briefly go over all of them, okay? I'm going to briefly just discuss every single one of them so that if you don't know which one you are, maybe this will help too. Okay, so I made another chart. I don't know, maybe this will help you figure out kind of just put them all up here so that I can point to it as I talk about it. But I have like a little, on my computer here, I have a little chart that actually explains them. So I wonder if I can make this bigger. There we go. All right. So we have 16 personality types, okay? So 16 MBTIs. So you are one of these. Because see, we have 4 letters, and there are 2 options for each letter. So 4 squared is 16. I'm such a nerd. Okay. So 16 personality types. All right. So we're starting with the I's, okay? So remember that I's are the introverted personality types. So I'm gonna go over 8 I personality types, and then I'll close out with 8 extrovert personality types, okay? So that's my dog getting a drink of water. She's very loud. My deepest apologies. Okay, so first one is ISTJ. 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 So this is the introvert, sensing, thinking, and judging personality. So this personality type is the most responsible. They do what should be done. They are organizers, compulsive, private, trustworthy. They like to follow the rules and regs, and they're very practical. So that is the ISTJ personality type. Then there's the ISFJ personality type. So very similar, only off by 1 letter. They have a high sense of duty. They are the most loyal personality type. It's funny because that sounds a lot like me, but technically this isn't mine. But I think I did the first time I ever took it. I think I actually got this. I know I said it doesn't change, but my N and my S are like really, really close. I hope I didn't just give away my personality. Whatever. Anyway. So the ISFJ. So they are amiable. They work behind the scenes. So maybe they don't like to be in the spotlight. They are ready to sacrifice. They are accountable, and they prefer doing. I don't know what the alternative to doing is though. Okay, so then the next personality type is the INFJ. INFJ. So these are the most contemplative of the personality types, and they are an inspiration to others. Very inspirational. The INFJ personality is reflective, introspective, quietly caring, creative, linguistically gifted, and psychic. INFJ. Okay, and then the next one is very close, but INTJ. INTJ. So the INTJ is the most independent. The most independent. The INTJ, I think that my little sister is an INTJ. So for them, everything has room for improvement. They are theory-based, skeptical, my way type people, high need for competency, and they see the world as a chessboard. It's very interesting because that makes me think that they would want to be like in power and leaders, maybe like government officials. Okay, so now we're moving on to the second row. So we have the ISTPs. ISTP. So this is the most pragmatic personality type. The most pragmatic. They are ready to try anything once. They are very can be viewed as cool and aloof, hands-on, unpretentious, and ready for what happens. So, very easygoing personality. And then there's the ISFP. The ISFP sees much but shares little. The ISFP is the most artistic. They are warm and sensitive, unassuming, short-range planners, good team members, and in touch with themselves and nature. The ISFP. Then we have the INFPs. INFP. I'm trying to remember, I have most of my friends are extroverts, like most of the people that I surround myself with. So I'm trying to think of, although a lot of my family members are I's. Actually, are they? I have like a list of what everyone in my family and my best friends' MBTIs are. And if I remember at the end of this video, I'll touch on why it's important to like know what your personality type is and what other people's are. So, okay, so it's on the INFP. The most idealistic personality, they performing noble service to aid society is their thing. Strict personal values, they seek inner order and peace. They are creative, non-directive, and reserved. Idealistic, noble service to aid society. INFP. Interesting. Okay. So INTPs have a love of problem solving, and they are the most conceptual personality type. The most conceptual. So they challenge others to think. I don't understand this. Challenges others to think absent-minded professor. I don't know what that means. Competency needs and socially cautious. So, socially cautious, I'm guessing that means that they may be more like, I don't want to say antisocial, but I don't know, just maybe. Or maybe they have like social anxiety. That's the INTP, problem solvers. Okay, so now we're moving into the E's. So the E personalities all share the same letter of an E. The extrovert, who gets a lot of energy from and recharges from being around people, as opposed to the I's who need time by themselves to recharge and get energy. So the ESTP, I think that this is Donald Trump's MBTI. Is it ESTP? Shoot, I have his written down somewhere too, because he's only one letter off from my dad. So the ESTP is the ultimate realist. They have an unconventional approach, fun, gregarious, lives for the here and now, and good at problem solving. So they are the most spontaneous personality type. Then there is the ESFP. The ESFP, one of my best childhood friends is an ESFP. So she is the most generous. Or the ESFPs are the most generous. You only go around once in life. They are sociable, spontaneous, love surprises, cut red tape, juggle multiple projects and events, and they are quip masters. Quip masters. And then there is the ENFP. They are the most optimistic, which sounds really wonderful. I don't think I know any ENFPs. Giving life an extra squeeze. They're people-oriented, creative, seek harmony, life of party, more starts than finishes, most optimistic. Then there's the ENTP. The ENTP. I think that my boyfriend is either this one or ENTJ. So the ENTPs have one exciting challenge after another, and they are the most inventive. So they argue both sides of a point to learn brinkmanship, test the limits, they are enthusiastic, and they have new ideas. ENTP. Then there is the ESTJ. The ESTJ. So these are life's administrators. Life's administrators. They're the most hard charging. I don't know what that means. Oh, actually I do. So they like order and structure. They're sociable, opinionated, results driven, producer, and traditional. So I think it means that they just like drive results and that they are good leaders. The most hard charging. Like they will go after what they want and they will make sure that they also utilize other people to get it. The ESFJ are the most harmonizing. The host and hostesses of the world. This person sounds great. They're gracious, have good interpersonal skills, thoughtful, appropriate, and eager to please. The ESFJ. I don't know if I know any, but I want to. Then there's the ENFJ. The ENFJ. And the ENFJ is the most persuasive. ENFJ. Oh wait, ENFJ. Wait, I'm trying to remember if my friend is an ESFP or an ESFJ. Whatever. Anyway, ENFJs are smooth talking persuaders. They're charismatic, compassionate, possibilities for people, ignore the unpleasant, and idealistic. ENFJ. Then there's ENTJs. So my best friend from college is an ENTJ. They're the most commanding, life's natural leaders. She's going to be an oral surgeon, so that makes sense. Visionary, gregarious, argumentative, systems planners, take charge, and low tolerance for incompetency. The ENTJ. So it's really funny story before I reveal mine, but that's all of them. So ENTJs, my best friend from college is an ENTJ, and we're like very, very compatible on every level possible. Like we just get together, we get along so well, and we're good at traveling together. We're so easy to hang out with her because we like doing the same things. Well, anyway, like, you know, I like guys. If I could, I would make her like my life soulmate because she's so compatible with me. But that's not how it works. So anyway, when I was dating and single, I was on a dating app, and I made one of my prompts that I was like looking for an ENTJ. One, because I thought that somebody who knew what my MBTI was gonna be like somewhat intelligent, and we would have something to talk about, like just a good, I don't know, conversation starter. And two, because I was looking for a male version of my friend, because she literally found the male version of me. So I was like, I need to find Kaylee, but as a guy. So anyway, I put that on my profile, and within a day, I met my current boyfriend, who said that he was an ENTJ, and I think it's hard to tell that like he's either an ENTJ or an ENTP. And it's funny because I said that normally when I meet people, I can tell like right away whether they're a J or a P, because J's are like super structured and super organized and kind of like type A people who don't like to stray, like they don't have any room from, they're not flexible in what they want, and they're not cool with change. But ENTP has a P, so you have to be like spontaneous and being willing to change your ways, and he kind of is like that, but he's also type A, so I don't know, I like, maybe he's both. But anyway, so I'm curious what everyone thinks that my personality type is. I almost gave it away, but I am ENFJ, an INFJ, which is actually one of the rarest personality types. Let me see if I can find it. So I can explain it. But they're called the advocate, and it's someone with introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging personality traits. They approach life with deep thoughtfulness and imagination, and their inner vision, personal values, and quiet, principled version of humanism guide them in all things. And it says they may be the rarest personality type of all. And I can't remember like what the percentage is, but it's something crazy. Like, it is super rare. But what's funny is that my best high school friend was an INFJ, and I actually met 2 people in college on one of my advisory boards. There was only 8 of us on the board, and 3 of us were INFJs. So I don't know if like that's just coincidence or it's not that rare. But some of the examples of advocates, INFJs, are MLK, so Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and Marie Kondo. Also Lady Gaga, Morgan Freeman. I just think it's like, I don't know. I don't think they've all taken this test. I think maybe they're just like classified into this personality type. But those are some very accomplished individuals that I'm honored to be a part of the same personality group as. So I hope that this was a little bit enlightening and relaxing. I do think it's very useful to know like what personality types your family, your friends, your significant other are, because it helps you to realize why they act certain ways and like what their needs might be. Like you can look up any of these personalities on 16 personalities to see what it is that drives them, what their values are, you know, how to help them when they're down, etc. So I think it's like super useful. I identify so much with this INFJ personality. Almost everything I read is like spot on for me. So that's why I love the MBTI, but I've met people who've taken it and they don't identify with whatever they got. So, I mean, I love personality tests because I think it's like a really good way to get to know yourself and to help you like socially be able to interact with other people really well. Wow, I sound like such an INFJ right now. But I do think it's really helpful. So if this one didn't really hit for you, then maybe another one will, like the Enneagram or something else. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me through my technical difficulties. And I will see you very soon.